Hey guys, it's Abby, and today I'm just gonna sit here and talk to you guys. I actually did a whole get ready with me today, and I had to delete it because it was quite angry, and I don't want this video to be angry because I think I've been angry for a while with what's been going on, but because I'm not a commentary channel and because I am not in the drama, I don't feel like I can speak up about it, and I just have had it. I've had it. And it all stems from one thing. So I'm just going to talk to you guys about what's been going on in these smaller YouTube communities that I am witnessing, because it's actually really sad and it's pissing me off. Okay, so there are small communities on YouTube. Everybody starts from somewhere when they start their channel, and everybody goes into a community, and that's just how it works. So there's the unboxing community, there's the beauty community, there is the commentary community, the drama channel community, gaming community. There are so many communities on YouTube, and when you first start out on YouTube, you're going to be in a small community because you are a small channel, and you're going to go to all different channels to figure out where you belong, and also find channels that you belong with, because you do want to align yourself with people, which is how it makes it easier, and it makes it more fun because you can go back and forth chatting with other channels, and you can promote each other, and you guys can become friends, and that's just how it is. I think it's amazing that when you start YouTube, or even as a subscriber, as you are commenting on people's channels or as you are creating videos, you find people that you would never have met in your entire life on YouTube. There's just so many people from all around the world that are watching these channels, that are creating channels, and they somehow find you, and all these people you would never have met, just like me and Justanne. I never would have met Just Anne, and she only lives 15 minutes from me, but I never would have met her if I didn't start my YouTube channel, and I just think that's amazing. You know, someone who lives 15 minutes from me, but we never crossed paths. We even lived in the same town, and we never crossed paths, but we found each other, and now we're great friends, and I think that is that's one of the most amazing things about YouTube. Also, having subscribers and meeting and talking with you guys, and just creating a relationship between subscribers and creator. I think that's amazing. There's so much respect, there's so much love that is just spread out to everyone on this platform, and I'm so appreciative of that. So I think that's amazing. But when you start out, you start out in small communities, and if you are lucky enough to grow large, that's amazing. So I'm going to talk about this on a personal level, because that's the only way I can speak about it and say my piece, because I do relate to it on a personal level. So I've been on YouTube for a long time, 5 years. I've been on YouTube for 5 years. I met Just Anne when I first started. After maybe about a year after I started, I met Just Anne. And we became quick friends, and we talked every day, and we had so much fun. And then we had a falling out, and we stopped talking. Now, we had a falling out for reasons that we haven't really told anybody, but we were both in a bad place. We weren't communicating right, we weren't talking to each other, and we just kind of just stopped speaking. And during the time we weren't talking, I think we were both just being immature and stupid, and we both talked shit on each other. And do I think that was the right thing to do? No. But I was angry with her, and she was angry with me, and we were both hurt, and I think we were doing things out of our emotions, and I think a lot of people do that. And we both have spoke about what we both talked to each other. We know everything, and we're okay with it as long as we were honest with each other, and that's how we figured it out. We stopped talking, and then after a year, Just Anne's daughter was in the hospital, and she had major heart surgery, and Just Anne and I began to speaking again around that time. And we both were talking to a mutual person, but we didn't know we were talking to this person. And then after Anne and I spoke for a while, we realized that this mutual person was kind of causing strife between us, and it just wasn't a good situation. So I decided that I was going to walk away from the mutual person we were talking to, and I just walked away. I never spoke to her again. We never had any communication, and I left it at that. A year after I decided to walk away from that mutual person, Anne and I still talked. We became closer and closer, and our relationship became much better and stronger because we went through something that made us stronger. You know what I mean? Like, you might think that we're girlfriend and girlfriend, but we're not. I just mean as a friendship. So a year later, this mutual person had really hurt Anne, and Anne was quite angry. And a year later, maybe a year later, maybe a little less, she made a video about what happened that hurt her. And in retaliation, the other mutual person that we knew, who was a creator, made a video. And that video that she made painted Anne in a terrible way. It was just horrible. And she also brought me into it. She painted us both in a really bad light. And some of the stuff in the video was true and a majority of it wasn't. So after that happened, a lot of anger was going towards Just Anne and me. People were unsubscribing. People were telling us how horrible we were. People were really mad with Just Anne. And a certain creator that watched that video of this other creator, she got really angry. And for some reason, she took it personally. She was personally angry at Just Anne for doing all these things that Anne didn't really do, but the other creator who made the video said she did. So this person, her name is Tyra, and she was a beauty channel, but then when this stuff happened with Just Anne and the Not So Evil Stepmother, because that's who we're talking about, Tyra started making videos on Just Anne. And Tyra began speaking to the Not So Evil Stepmother, and they were talking, and Tyra would make videos based off of what the Not So Evil Stepmother was telling her. And they were awful videos. They were just terribly mean videos. Now, do I think the Not So Evil Stepmother was like, do this, say this? I don't think that at all. I don't think that's what happened. I think that Tyra, for some reason, took what Not So Evil Stepmother said about Anne, she took that personally, and she went and attacked Anne. She attacked her. And she made videos about me too. And I remember at the time I was like, this just sucks. Like, who is this lady talking about me and Anne? Like, who is this lady? So after everyone started getting really mad at Anne, no one said anything. No one said anything to like stick up for her. There wasn't anybody on our platform that was like, this isn't true. So I decided, I took it upon myself and I stuck up for Anne. I made a video and I said, like, none of this is true. Anne's not a scammer. She is sober. None of it, she's not a liar. She's not a manipulator. Like, I stuck up for Anne. I made a video. I stuck up for her, and I'll do it again. Like, I would do it again because that's what you should do. You should stick up for your friend. If you know what's being said are a bunch of lies, you should stick up for your friend. So Tyra didn't like that I did that. And the next thing you know, she's creating videos talking about me, saying that, who knows? I don't remember exactly what she said, but she really doesn't like me. So she started making videos about me, and she continued to perpetuate the lies that were told about Anne in her videos. And she was making video after video after video after video about Anne. And she finally, in one point, she was like, I'm done talking about Anne and Abby. I'm just done about this. I don't have to talk about Abby anymore because she's irrelevant to me. And I was like, hallelujah. Thank God I'm irrelevant to her. Like, the last thing I want to do is be relevant to Tyra because she wouldn't leave anyone alone. I don't want Tyra picking on me for the rest of my life. Like, thank God. But she kept on picking on Anne. She was saying she was a manipulator, that she was manipulating all these people to have her back. She said that she was a scammer. She said she was a liar. She said that the reason why sometimes she's not making videos is because she is withdrawing from her medication. Like, she was saying all this horrible stuff about Anne, and I'm sitting there watching all this, and not one person was saying anything. Like, knock it off. This is so wrong. You're speaking on someone's sobriety, that's wrong. You're saying that she's manipulative. You've never met Anne. You don't truly know her. You had one conversation with her, maybe two conversations at that time in messages or on the phone. And that was just because Anne wanted to figure out why you were so mad or why you were making videos. Like, what was your problem with her? Tyra wouldn't stop making these videos. She did this so much that finally she made a video and she was like, I'm not going to stop making videos about Just Anne until she gets on her main channel and apologizes for being a scammer, a manipulator, lying about her sobriety. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, why isn't anyone saying, like, who are you to tell someone they have to do something because you want them to? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, who are you? The morality police all of a sudden? Like, who are you? It was just mean. She was so mean that it was hurtful. I was hurt for Anne. I was pissed off for her that this was continuing to happen. Like, I got out of it because I was irrelevant. So, but Anne wasn't irrelevant to her. So she kept on it. Then Tyra went on to the next creator. She started talking about Samantha Sweets. Then she started talking about Brit. Then she started talking about Bambi. Then the Not Another Housewife. Then she started talking about so many people. So many people. She started talking about anybody. But this was the beginning of Tyra being like this tyrant on YouTube. So, why I'm talking about this. Tyra does this thing where when she really likes a creator and she finds a new creator and she really likes them, she will promote them. And she started doing that with Bambi Rambles. She found Bambi Rambles, she really liked her, and she started promoting her stuff. And for some reason, Tyra likes to do this thing where, like, if she really likes someone's content, which I understand this, I can understand and see why this would happen. When she likes someone else's content, she starts talking about the same stuff that the creator she likes is talking about. So she kind of starts taking on their content as her own. Now, in her head, she doesn't think she's doing that. She thinks she's doing it and they're copying her, but really she's copying them. And Bambi Rambles finally just had enough. Tyra went too far. She tagged Bambi's mental illness, and Bambi had enough and she spoke about it. And that started Tyra being against Bambi. Now, then there's Steph TXMA. Steph started watching Tyra when Tyra just began YouTube commentary on YouTube, to when she was talking about Just Anne. And Steph was watching Tyra, and she was actually, from what I heard Steph say, she was like agreeing with some of the stuff that Tyra was saying. She was agreeing with a lot of the content Tyra was putting out. So they had like a good communication back and forth in the comment sections. Then Steph saw Tyra doing stuff that she didn't agree with, and Steph called her out. Just like Steph called out Samantha Sweets, she called out Tyra, and Tyra did not like it. And that started this like back and forth fighting between these channels, because Steph really wasn't a creator, but she started creating just to show stuff that she didn't agree with. That is her prerogative too. She can do whatever she wants. So Tyra's upset with Bambi. Tyra's upset with Steph. And then Not Another Housewife comes in, and she's sticking up for Tyra, because Not Another Housewife sees Tyra fighting back and forth with Bambi and Steph, and she thinks that Tyra's being ganged up on. So Not Another Housewife comes in, and she's sticking up for Tyra, and they're going back and forth. There's live streams going on, there's videos going up, there's all this shit going up, and it's literally like an explosion going on YouTube. And I'm just watching all this happen. I'm like, oh God, like this all started because Tyra didn't like Justanne. So then Kalistacat comes, and Kalistacat is like this happy medium. She's nice to everybody. She really likes Brit, and she is just there. She's nice to everyone. She's nice to Steph. She's nice to Another Housewife. She's nice to Bambi. She's nice. Well, she didn't like Tyra. She didn't like Tyra at all, because Tyra was going nonstop at Brit. She really was. Tyra was just really mean about Brit. She was really mean about Brit. Like, she was nasty. She was gross. And I don't care what anybody says, but she was. She was gross towards Brit. And Kalistacat made a video about Tyra, and that brought this kind of group together. So Steph, Bambi, and Kalistacat, they were kind of like, not like a group, but they had a common dislike for Tyra. So then Not Another Housewife starts talking to Bambi and Steph, and they are getting along. So those three start getting along, and then Not Another Housewife sees Tyra's behavior start changing towards her. She starts seeing the things that other people are seeing in Tyra, that people were saying, like, this is what we're seeing. I don't know how you're not seeing it. And then that's what happened with Not Another Housewife. She started seeing it. So then Bambi and Not Another Housewife and Steph and Kalistacat, they all just like for Tyra. Then one day, Kalistacat makes a video about Steph, Bambi, and Not Another Housewife. And I remember watching this video because I was so confused, because I thought they were like all, not friends, but I at least thought they were acquaintances online. I really don't think like anyone's truly friends on YouTube unless you guys meet, you know what I mean? But I thought they were acquaintances at least. And then all of a sudden Kalistacat puts up this video, and I'm like, what the heck is this about? And the video is like her saying that she doesn't like Steph, Bambi, or not another housewife anymore. But she didn't just say, like, I'm cutting ties, I don't want to be friends with them anymore, which was really immature to do in the first place. Like, why are you making a video? Like, I'm breaking up with these people. Kind of weird. But instead of her just being like, yeah, our personalities just don't match. I'm just going to back away from this and I just want to be left out of it. No, she didn't do that. She tore Bambi and Not Another Housewife apart for their parenting. She called them names. But she used this is comedy. This is going to be comedy. It wasn't comedy. It wasn't funny. So Kalistacat she made this video. She tore these women apart, but it was mean. Like, it was a mean video. It wasn't nice. She made fun of the way Bambi looked. She made fun of Bambi's hands. She made fun of, she talked about their parenting, saying that they were bad parents. She was just disgusting. She was just so disgusting. And I'm watching this and I'm thinking to myself, like, how are people not seeing what I'm seeing right now? Like, why are the comments like, oh my God, you're so funny. This is so great. You're so funny. Tyra is in those comments and she was all over in those comments, just cheering this lady on. And I'm like, since when is it like okay to tear women down like this? Like, when? I mean, just before Kalistacat put this video out, she put out a video talking about her postpartum depression and how hard it was for her. But Not Another Housewife had just had a baby, like literally just. Maybe like 2 weeks before this video came out. And Not Another Housewife, her hormones are out of whack and crazy and just like, you know how it is. Well, when you have a baby, your hormones are just like nuts. And here, Kalistacat, who just made a video about how hard it was when she went through postpartum depression, is just knocking a new mother down. Not giving a shit about how Marissa's dealing with her postpartum. She didn't care because it wasn't, Kalistacat just did this video out of spite. She did it out of spite. Kalistacat really likes Radiant Brit. And the girls were making videos about Radiant Brit. Now, I'm just going to say the truth. The girls were making videos about Radiant Brit and Kalistacat didn't like it. And something happened. And then all of a sudden Kalistacat was mad and she tore these girls apart. And it was a terribly mean video. I don't care if anybody thought it was funny. It wasn't. It was mean. It was mean. It was just fucking mean. Tyra's all over the comments and she's like, oh my God, you're so funny. This is the funniest thing ever. But meanwhile, Tyra's on her community posts, tearing these women apart, making videos, tearing these women apart. And if there's one thing if there's one thing that Tyra does that she claims she doesn't do, she deletes everything. She'll write something and then delete it. And write something and then delete it. So then Tyra has now a new ally. Like, she's got a new ally to go after these women. And the girls, Steph, Bambi, and Not Another Housewife were like, what the hell is happening? Like, Kalistacat said that we were bullying our subscribers, that we were like, she said that people were afraid that Steph would dox someone, and Steph never doxed anybody. I don't know. I've never seen her dox anyone. She said that they were getting like, subscribers were scared of these girls, that subscribers were getting bullied, that like all of this stuff. And the girls, Steph, Not Another Housewife, and Bambi are like, when did this happen? Where's the proof of this? When did this happen? Because, you know, when you say something is happening and there's no proof and you're just saying it's happening, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. Because people will believe you. If people like your character and they trust your character, you could say, that ant over there is 300 pounds. It's the biggest ant I've ever seen. It's amazing. And it lives in my house and it has its own dog house. And I feed it cheese every single day. And you guys would believe me. Because why would I lie? Why would I lie? I haven't lied before. Why am I going to lie now? And like, that's how it works. When you have a creator that you really like and they say something, you believe it. So what happens when she made that video about these 3 girls? People went wild. People started bullying them and being mean to them and just tearing them apart. So now, all of a sudden, Not Another Housewife who just had a baby is now being torn apart about being a bad mother. Now Bambi is being torn apart about being a bad mother. Steph is being told that she's going to dox people and that she's a bully. Like, it was just the weirdest thing that happened. I'm watching all this like chaos happen in this corner on YouTube, and I'm like, why isn't anyone saying knock it off? Why isn't anyone saying it? Why am I going to? I don't even do commentary, so why am I going to make a video? I'm just watching this. Tyra loved every fucking second of it. She fed off of it. She was like, this is a miracle. I am so happy I got Kalistacat with me now, and we are gonna, she's like, I'm gonna go hard. Now, there are videos now being talked about because finally Steph and another housewife have said what really happened, but they didn't speak about anything. They were just like, where's the proof? So then Kalistacat puts out another video, and she puts out a video and she tells people that she was blackmailed about her ED. Now, let me just say this. If someone blackmailed her about her ED, that's disgusting and wrong. And nobody should ever do that. Nobody. I still don't understand why anybody would want to blackmail anybody about someone's ED. Because if Kalistacat would have came on camera and said, I relapsed and I'm having a really hard time, people would have been supportive. People would have been like, it's okay. This happens and it's okay. But she didn't. She didn't do that. But if she would have, people would have supported her. So why anybody thought that as a blackmail would have been a smart thing to do, I don't know. But Kalistacat made a video and said that she was blackmailed. And she said she wasn't going to say who it was, but people automatically assumed it was one of these three girls. They just did. So Kalistacat puts up that video, and within hours, Tyra gets on her channel and she says she knows who did it. It's one of these three girls, and she perpetuated this whole entire thing. It went on for months, guys. The three girls stayed quiet, didn't say anything about it for 3 months, because now people think they're absolute trash. They're disgusting. How are you going to do this to Kalistacat? Like, you are disgusting. You are scum. You are the lowest of the low. Now, meanwhile, the girls are getting, because I watch videos to find out all this stuff. I don't talk to any of these people. I'm just saying, I watched all the videos. So meanwhile, as all this is happening, now people are bullying the three girls behind the scenes. You're disgusting, you're fat, you're gross, you're terrible parents, you're liars. Like, you're like terrible fucking things. Making fun of the way they look. Horrible shit. Like, you guys, horrible shit. Just imagine. You wake up in the morning, you open up your email, and it's like, look at your dead tooth. Look how fat you are. Go eat another hamburger. Can you imagine? Like, who does this shit? Gross people. Gross people do this shit. So, Tyra jumps on the hate train. She tells everybody it's one of these three, and the hate starts. And it starts, and it goes on, and it doesn't stop. Finally, Steph kind of had enough, and she was like, yo, I think I know who's bullying me behind the scenes. And she put up a short. And the short said, I know who you are. If you don't come out and tell everybody who you are, then I'm going to do it. TikTok. And Tyra decided to go ham. She decided to go ham. She was like, I'm going to use this to my advantage. And she made fun of Steph. TikTok, TikTok, Steph, TikTok. And she went on and on and on. Tyra's a bully. When she doesn't get the reaction she wants, she's a bully. But here, I'll tell you another thing. These girls were quiet. Steph would go weeks, like a month, 2 months, without making a video. And Tyra would bring her up. She would just be like, mean. She'd make a video about her. Steph was really quiet for like a month. And Tyra did a reaction to the Reckoning video that Steph did on Tyra. And then when Steph reacted, Tyra acted like Steph was all of a sudden bullying her. Like, what? You are talking about them. You're bringing these women up. They didn't bring you up, and now you are attacking them because they're reacting to you. Tyra likes to do this thing, and I know, listen, I know I'm talking about Tyra a lot. Personally, I can't speak on the Kalistacat thing. Do I think that it was awful that these three girls were accused of this when we don't know who actually did it? Yes. Because that is so damaging to someone's character. And when you know that you didn't do it, you want to scream from the rooftops, I didn't do it. Because there's no proof who did it or not. You know what I mean? Like, I totally get it. And they felt alone. Like, Steph made this video and she was like, I don't know why you guys are upset that I'm upset. I was quiet about this for months. But I was accused of this, and I was bullied and harassed for months about it. And now I want to speak about it because it happened to me. And not one person spoke out. And I'm like, she's right. Not one person spoke out. She's right. No one did. No one did. Because the thing is that when you don't speak, when you speak, like right now, I'm going to speak out about this. And Tyra will be pissed off. And she'll make a video. I mean, hopefully not. I'm irrelevant. But she'll make a video. And she'll just create stupid shit up. She'll tell me I'm horrible. I'm a liar. I'm this. I'm that. I'm ugly. I'm this. I'm that. Like, she will. She'll make fun of me. And then she will say that she's not. Or she'll say she has her petty pants on. And she's putting on her petty pants on for this one. She'll react to the video and she'll say something mean. Like, these are her... Like, this is what she does. Tyra just does this. She's just mean. And I don't see why people don't see it. I don't see why people don't see it. I don't get it. Like, Tyra cries that she's, other people are manipulative, but Tyra's manipulative. So anyway, Tyra's going off about it on their community post about Steph and all these people. It's this big thing, right? So finally, Steph is like, I've had it. I'm going to talk about it. And she brings all this stuff up. People are beginning to see what's been going on. And Tyra, instead of Tyra, like, saying, you know what? Let me take a step back. I'm going to stay quiet. And I'm going to see what happens. Because maybe I was wrong accusing these girls of something before I knew. But Tyra did say that she saw proof. She did. I remember reading it. She said she saw proof of who did it. Okay? Of who blackmailed Kalistacat. Instead of Tyra just sitting back and just seeing how things pan out, Tyra can't. She starts clapping back and being mean. And she reacts to the live stream and makes fun of them. Like when Steph was saying, like, well, you know, nobody came to me and said, you know, like, how are you doing with your sobriety? She's like, I almost relapsed when all this was going on because I was so stressed out and it was making me feel some sort of way. And Tyra in her video was like, oh, here we go. Here we go now. Like, she's just mean, guys. Tyra's just mean. I don't see how anyone doesn't see it. Like, she says people are sad fishing and she's just mean. She's just like this lady that's just mean. Ever since she started on YouTube, it has been nothing but toxicity. She latches on to certain creators, and when the creators have had enough, she's mean to them. She says she doesn't talk about people's sobriety. Yes, she does. She talked about Just Anne's sobriety. She talked about Save Robbie's sobriety. And she's cool with Save Robbie now, but she did. He relapsed, and what did she do? She made fun of him for it. She trashed him for it. She trashed him for relapsing. And then she says she doesn't, that she didn't do it. But you did, Tyra. You did. You absolutely did. You talked on Marissa's parenting. You did. You made fun of Steph for being a social justice warrior because she was talking on the N-word. You don't like that Steph calls you out on your bullshit. You don't like that she called you out for saying the N-word. There's things that you don't like, and instead of you just taking a step back and thinking about why they feel this way, you attack. Sometimes you'll be like, oh, I understand and I'm learning, but then you turn around and you attack again. You haven't ever not attacked somebody for a week. You just don't. Like, you do this thing, even with BX. You were cool with BX. He was cool with you. And then BX got upset about something that you did. And again, I don't even like BX, okay? I don't like him. I don't like BX at all. I'm just going to put that out there. I don't like BX. I don't watch his content. I don't know him. Not that I don't like him as a person. I don't like his content. I don't watch it. So I don't know how he is. But I do know how you were. You rode hard for the guy. Everything was BX this. Like, I just remember all you did was talk. I mean, you even had your son dancing to his beginning of his videos. Like, I saw how hard you rode for him. And then something happened. And what did you do? Instead of you just being like, all right, I'm done with BX. I'm not going to talk about him anymore. You talked and dragged him. And then you dragged him with other people. And then you became like acquaintances and friends with people that didn't like BX. And you grew your community off of the hate of BX. That's how you grow your community. You grow your community off of hate of other people. People that don't like the same people you don't like, you group yourself with. You guys sit in live streams talking about people you don't like. You sit in videos talking about people you don't like. You literally sit there and talk about people you don't like all the time. You wake up thinking about people you don't like. You go to sleep thinking about people you don't like. And you say that's not who you are, but it is. It absolutely is. You have ripped into these 3 women's lives and torn them apart, and you take no responsibility for it. So finally, these girls are speaking about it. They're talking about it. Steph puts out a live. She puts out a bunch of proof and all this kind of stuff. Then Not Another Housewife puts up a video last night, and it's talking about Kalistacat. And I didn't see when it went up, but I did see the next morning, Tyra had put up a video. And in that video, she says, I don't know what's going on, guys, but I know something's going on. Because Not Another Housewife's video is now gone. It's on private, and no one can see it. So I think there's something going on. Well, what she didn't realize was the video had premiered, and then it has to upload, and it has to process. After the premiere, it has to process. So it's not going to be seen right away. But Tyra, because she's so reactionary, she gets online, she makes a video, she makes up a narrative in her head that she believes is true. She tells her audience what she believes, and they will believe her because they trust her. And she says that things are just feeling a little weird, and she feels it in her gut and in her heart that something's wrong. But you know why? She was nervous because she was doing some shady shit behind the scenes, which she says she doesn't do. And what does she do? She shares screenshots. She shares screenshots of emails or messages that she sent to people. And they were, I've got some really good stuff that will drag Not Another Housewife down. It will ruin her. And they wrote back, and she didn't like the answers. They were kind of cold to her, and they didn't really have much to say. And Tyra didn't like those answers. She knew something was wrong. And so she put those on her video so she could tell everyone that she did it just to be a troll. Because she wanted to find out the truth. That's not true. Tyra probably does this behind the scenes all the time. But she knew that because she did that, she was afraid that people were going to show what she wrote. So she told on herself. She told on herself. This is the shit that she's doing behind the scenes. And she was doing it to Not Another Housewife because she was angry at her. She's angry at Not Another Housewife because Not Another Housewife was telling her off. Because Not Another Housewife has had it. I would have had it too. Like, if I was one of these 3 girls, I would have had it too. I was pissed off from a year ago when you were talking about me because I stuck up for Just Anne. It was the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I've been pissed off that you went after Anne the way you did for no reason. For no reason. You tore her down. You were so mean to her. And then you always say in your videos, oh, well, I don't want to hurt anybody's heart. I apologize to Britt because I hurt her heart. Of course you hurt her heart. You don't realize that the things you say are going to hurt people's heart. Just because it doesn't hurt your heart, the things that you're saying, if someone said the same things that you're saying to you, even though that might not hurt your heart, you are hurting other people's hearts. Because everybody is different. Everybody feels things differently. What might not hurt you might hurt somebody else. What hurt Anne might not hurt Steph. What hurt me might not hurt Not Another Housewife. You don't realize that you are hurting people, and you need to stop. The community that you are in right now has been so negative and so toxic, and you are the main one that's doing it. And Kalista had a part in it, tearing these women apart. And it's sad. And I've had it. I've had it. I'm seeing creators that I really like joining in on this, and I'm like, what the hell is happening? I do believe that everybody can grow and everybody can do better. I believe that. But when you see something repetitive from the same person over and over and over again, and the excuses that are behind it are the same excuses that you used 6 months ago, a month ago, a week ago. And then you say, there's growth. Where's the growth? Because you were still reactionary. You made up your own narrative in the last video you put up about Not Another Housewife's video. You made that all up in your head, and you put it out there as if it was fact. Even though you said, this is just, it's in my gut. And you told on yourself because you were afraid that people would know about it. Because the way they answered you, you knew that they weren't going to talk to you anymore about it. and you were scared, so you put up the video. And that's why you're not doing Vlogmas right away. Listen, the girls weren't going to ruin your Vlogmas. You could have put up a video every single day, but instead you decided to use this as your own drama. You used it as your own drama instead of letting these girls just deal with it. Let the girls be upset. Let them scream from the rooftops, because this didn't happen to you. It happened to them. It didn't happen to you. How do you make every situation that happens about you? Everything. I've never seen anything like it. And you started with Just Anne. And I can't... You started with Just Anne. Then you went to me. Then you went to Just Anne again. Then Samantha Sweets. Then to Allie friggin' Dawson. Like, why? Allie Dawson? Then Steph. Then Not Another Housewife. Bambi. Save Robbie. There's so many... Brit. You bashed Brit for months. You're not going to stop making videos about Brit because of this and that. And like, oh my God, let the girl breathe. You watched every single one of Brit's videos just to talk shit on her. And I don't see how anybody supports it. I don't see how anybody can sit there and be like, yes, this is the content I want to watch. I support this. It's so wrong. It's so wrong. And I feel so bad for these three girls. I feel so bad for them, because this isn't just something that happened yesterday. This has been happening for months. And then when they finally speak about it, everyone's going to tell them they're overreacting. That this happened so long ago? No. To them, it feels like it just happened. To them, they were bullied. To them, they were harassed. And they were. They were lied on. And then they have someone who is making videos about them over and over again, calling them dumb, foolish, immature, toxic. It's ridiculous. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm so tired of it. This shit has to stop. Just stop. Tyra, if you want to make commentary, go ahead. But there is a way to do commentary without tearing people apart, without being in drama, without fighting with people all the time, without talking on people's sobriety and then saying you don't, without calling people names. I understand. People get angry once in a while. You're angry all the time. All the time. All right, I'm going to stop now because I can't do this anymore. It just makes me more angry as I talk about it. And every single time I talk about it, I think about Just Anne. Because what happened to Just Anne was just awful. And Tyra only did it because she was hearing from somebody that didn't like Just Anne. And Tyra took what that girl said as truth and tore Anne apart. And the only thing that Tyra apologized for was talking on Anne's sobriety. She didn't apologize for saying she was a scammer and a manipulator and a liar. And then Tyra starts sharing Anne's stuff. After Anne wrote a community post that was like, you know, I'm learning to better myself, which is good. Everyone should better themselves. Everyone should do better. Tyra now starts sharing all of Anne's stuff. And I'm like, who does she think she is? You can tear someone apart and then be like, good job. You're doing better. I'm going to share your video now. No. 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 I'm tired of someone tearing people apart for no reason. Like, we're all women here. Can't we all support each other? And if you don't like what someone's doing, just don't watch it. Don't watch it. And that's it. All right, I'm done, guys. I promise. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I know if you don't know what's going on, you're like, who the hell are you talking about? It's okay. I'm sure there are people that know who I'm talking about are like, you're an idiot, Abby, or you're like, okay, I agree with you. Or you don't agree with me and you still like me anyway. But all right, guys, I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening to me rant. I'm so sorry to rant like this. It's just been bothering me since last year what happened. It's really pissed me off. And every single time she goes after another person, it pisses me off. And it makes me sad. I've never seen somebody go after so many people before in my life and think it's okay and take no blame at all. I've never seen it. And I feel bad for all of these women. Every single one that I mentioned that I've been attacked by her. I feel terrible. So anyway, I hope you guys have a really great weekend. I won't do another video like this. I'm done. I said my piece. And that's it. I love you guys so much. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.